than Superman during those days. You climb up walls better than Spider-Man during those days because everything is good and dandy. Everything is beautiful. It's nice. You're on top of a mountain days. How many of you ever been on mountain days? Lift up your hands for a second. See, there's only one bad thing about mountain days. It is unrealistic for you to live your whole life on top of a mountain day or on a mountain days. It's unrealistic. You wish that you can leap from a mountaintop to another mountaintop, but you know what? Between mountains, there are valleys. There are things you can't jump, and I don't care how fast and how high you can jump. There are times that you cannot jump from one mountaintop to the next. It's impossible. It's unrealistic. You have highs, but you also will have lows. Everybody loves mountaintop days. Besides that, then we have another types of days. We have ordinary days. These are days where everything is okay. Job is okay. Family, it's okay. It's all right. It's not the greatest, but it's okay. Work, it's okay. People may not smile at you during, when you wake up and walk around. They may not smile, but at least they say hi. Or at least they just give you a smirk. These are ordinary days. Days that you're not elated, you're not depressed, but you're not happy, but they're okay. Regular days. You know what I'm talking about? Regular days. And then besides the regular days, then there's another type of day. Besides the ordinary days, there's another type of days. There are dark days. These are days that we trudge heavily through confusion, through doubt, through despair, through discouragement. Sometimes these days turn into weeks, and sometimes these weeks turn into months, and sometimes these months turn into years, and sometimes these years turn into like a whole life. Days that victory seems so far away that it's almost impossible to even imagine it. You can't see it. Dark days that nobody likes, dark days that nobody can, you don't even want to talk about it. It tastes bad to even think about it. And when these dark days persist through time, they turn into something called depression. See, I want to talk to you about depression. Depression, it's not new. Depression is something that has been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We've just changed the names through times and through the years. Right now, we probably call it the blues. And nowadays, we probably call it we're in a slump. And nowadays, we may also use this big, deep, humongous terminology. We may call it feeling gloomy. Depression is the most widespread emotional illness in the whole United States and in the whole world. Depression disrupts between 30 to 40 million lives in the United States alone every year. Some of history's greatest military leaders were depressed. Statesmen were depressed. Musicians were depressed. Scientists, depressed. Theologians, depressed. Pastors, ministers of God, Christian people, depressed. Statistics tells us that each one of us has a 1 in 10 chance of becoming deeply depressed. See, everybody here at one point or another, you have had a run-in with depression. Not deeply, but you have had a regular run-in. But 1 in 10 person is going to get deeply depressed. And as a matter of fact, they conducted a study of 11,000 individuals, and they compared people that were deeply depressed, how that would affect them physically and socially. And they found out that it disables them much more than arthritis, much more than diabetes, much more than lung disease, much more than chronic back problems. If your back hurts, you haven't wait till depression makes you so bad it's not even funny. Worse than back problems. Hypertension, gastrointestinal illness. There's only one illness that's worse than depression, and that's a heart attack. And you can see why. It's kind of hard to go against that. But see, when we talk about depression, a lot of people tend to step away from it. They believe that people that go through depression are people that are not of God. And it's such a big ignorance to think of that, because if you are a normal person, if you love God deeply, there are still going to be dark days in your lives.